The real estate business is slowly getting back on its feet after repeated recession scares. But take a look at some seasoned players and it seems like the market never slowed down for them. The property sector has thrown consistent challenges at those trying to navigate its choppy waters. Among those trying to just hang on and survive, there are a few who emerge even stronger for the next challenge. It's a determined battle to never give up against all odds.
His rise to real estate stardom is synonymous with Bengaluru's rise as India's IT hub. Amongst the first few to actually catch and capitalize on that emerging trend of mega office parks is the Embassy Group. Jitu Virwani, chairman and MD of Embassy, has scripted a success story and kept the cash registers running in the toughest of India's real estate phase. Let's find out how.
Expanding despite a real estate slowdown, Jitu Virwani's Embassy Group is best known for its sprawling tech parks. Virwani started working at his father's construction firm in Bengaluru while still in college. 10 years later, in 1993, he launched his own firm with $50,000 borrowed from friends. Post-liberalization, multinationals in India were expanding furiously and were looking to lease integrated office parks to run their operations. He was among the first to realize the potential of this trend, and in 2002, Embassy began constructing its first ever business park, a 65-acre Embassy Golf Links. Today, thousands of employees from over 150 MNCs and blue-chip companies like Microsoft, Goldman Sachs, Accenture and Mercedes-Benz work in its business parks in Bengaluru and Pune.
Let's start at the very beginning. 2002, IBM said we would like to take some space with you. And I remember it was a tough time. You went to HDFC and said, look, I need the capital. I believe in this story. So tell me, when was this realization that this city has the potential to become a mega IT hub?
No, I think this feeling started much long back, close to the mid-90s, where actually we started building on Infantry Road, and all of a sudden I could see the requirement going up from 10,000 to 25,000 square feet. And that's why when you see golf links, the floor plates are 50,000. And I said, it'd be economical for me to build 50,000 and maybe grab more companies to come in. And that's how the first two buildings in golf links started. We kept them within 200,000 square feet. But of course, before I could actually do the Bhumi Puja, and during the Bhumi Puja, ANZ took 41,165 square feet from me.
Okay, you remember the 165?
The company has its fingers in literally every real estate pie, be it commercial, residential, retail or hospitality. But with a slowdown in the residential business, putting its energies in commercial real estate paid off big time. By 2010, office parks alone constituted about 70% of Embassy's business.
We've had a big focus on the integrated business park model. So instead of standalone office buildings, we've moved that for the last 10 plus years into integrated business parks that provide an overall ecosystem for the corporate occupiers, for their employees, so that there are sports activities, there are hotels, there are ancillary amenities that help to support their business.
Virwani was also among the first to create a robust leasing business when developers mostly constructed, sold and moved on. He foresaw the demand for large rented office spaces by the spiraling number of MNCs.
I think because of talent, because of infrastructure, and also because of the infrastructure providers, whether they are developers or the end user consumers and the investors who are willing to invest there, overall Bangalore has done well and will continue to do so.
In fact, read an article which says that you're the land whisperer. You're able to actually catch the trends very, very early. 20 years? 20 years ago, was there even an airport planned in this area?
Yeah, so basically now because we have these 176 clients, we have more pulse into who's growing where, what the requirement is. Of course, there's a little bit of risk element to it. I mean, nothing without risk is, no gain without any pain, So, but I think, at this point we're on the conservative level, but we can feel that in which direction the market is moving. So we're actually buying land in those locations. We also did a deal just now, sometime back with Cornerstone and Vartur, because we again feel that a lot of companies who are in Whitefield who want to grow will not take a call all the way to North Bangalore because of the distance and all the staff which is built with them. They've bought housing around that area. Prestige has done a lot of housing in that area. Brigade is doing a lot of housing in that area. So like everybody says, every 800 square feet rented out, there's another flat sold, somewhere.
Yes.
The group has developed close to 37 million square feet of commercial, residential and retail space. But its role doesn't end at construction being complete. It has a dedicated facility management arm that provides support and services ranging from management and maintenance for of buildings, housekeeping and engineering to security, transportation, landscaping and even pest control.
Embassy Services actually is the facilitating arm as far as running of regular services at the apartment complex is concerned. So everything that goes into maintaining the complex was not just specific to your unit alone, but with the overall maintenance of the project or the complex is maintained by Embassy Services. So there is a great amount of transparency as far as their working goes, and that's something that buyers are buying into the concept very easily, because it puts them at ease that the developer is actually there to handhold them throughout the lifetime of the project.
Couple of things that we read about you is very interesting and your team. Flexible, delivers in time, diligent. These are words which are kind of strange to real estate.
Yeah, so I realized at some point when I did the first deal with IBM, and before that actually we did a deal with iFlex, which was way back. And I realized that transparency made them most comfortable. And like if they gave us your deposit, better to give them a bank guarantee.
Okay.
If they decided they wanted to do furniture work, it was better to charge them rent on every 100 rupees they spent.
Okay.
And then audit it, rather than saying, I'll charge you so much rent and I'll do this design for you.
So at every step be very transparent, take them as a partner. The sense one gets is that you prefer the build, lease and then actually post-maintenance.
I'm a businessman. I'm here to make money and I'm here to create something.
Good deal, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. As long as
you're not attached to the leasing model.
I don't have any attachment with any of my properties or anything, If, I believe, we're a Sindhi company. If the price is good, everything is for sale. So if someday somebody walked in and gave me a huge offer for Embassy, I won't hesitate on selling it and start something again, don't worry.
Today, the Embassy Group has over 21 million square feet of office space leased to multinational firms.
A lot of companies are putting their workforce into large campuses and creating better work environment. And the reason they want to do that is they want to attract good talent. I think this growth story, till such time India continues to grow on the services sector and also largely because of IT and technology, Bangalore will be a major beneficiary for that, from that point of view.
Spread across 65 acres, the Embassy Golf Links has 4.5 million square feet of fully developed office space, where 43,000 employees from companies like IBM, Goldman Sachs and Microsoft go to work daily. It is also home to Bengaluru's first Hilton hotel, the Hilton Bengaluru Embassy Golf Links.
And we started there with great tenants at the beginning, with people like Microsoft, ANZ, Fidelity, right from the outset. And those companies have grown with us, and there have been other companies added to the overall portfolio.
Embassy's second project was the Embassy Manyata in Bengaluru, home to 43 companies that employ over 90,000 employees. It is one of India's largest IT-specific business parks. With an operational built-up area of 9.8 million square feet, its impressive roster of companies includes names like Fidelity, Rolls-Royce and Cognizant, among others.
So overall across India, there's about 35 million square feet of absorption of office space that takes place. And 11 million square feet every year is really in Bangalore. So which means really a third of the office take-up, that means a third of the demand for the full India is really coming into Bangalore, which shows that it is a very active market.
In 2012, American private equity from Blackstone and Embassy formed a 50-50 joint venture called Embassy Office Parks, which currently owns and maintains its 4 major office parks in Bengaluru and Pune. Their acquisition of Embassy Tech Village in 2014 for nearly rupees 1,200 crore established them as the single largest private business park portfolio.
What about then your Blackstone JV? I mean, here you are with somebody who's also known as the buyout investor. They're also the largest landholders globally and in India now, landlords. So what's the future of that JV?
They bring in, their brand name, their strength, they have the money, financial strength. We have the ability to execute. And we maintain a very transparent relationship with them, so they're very comfortable in growing with us. And as far as we are concerned, I know a lot of developers are getting money from FIIs and buying these assets at 8.5%, 9%. Which frankly, so we haven't participated with Blackstone in buying these kind of assets because I don't believe, my money of equity for 9%. My money in equity should make me at least 35, 40%, 50%.
Wow.
Why would I go and buy a 9% asset when I can build myself,
Do that commercial IPO so we can all invest.
So I would rather build myself and create, value I can do. Everybody said we'd rather do a business park and make an office space than make a warehouse. But me being me, I thought, why not make the business park and make the warehouse?
I'm curious to know about Embassy One. So when you took over CityView, did you really see value in that deal, Jitu, or did you actually take that property for stature and status? Because it was a long battle as well.
One thing I can tell you something.
People said you hijacked the deal.
Let me tell you something, that Embassy will never make the largest mall,
you already
the tallest
have
building.
declared yourself as a Sindhi and therefore money.
So it has to make money sense. So frankly, it's a very misconception in the market that we bought it. Actually, we bought it very accidentally. We never realized that somebody else who was bidding for it hadn't paid for it for the last 7-8 months.
Okay.
So we discovered that accidentally. The second thing we discovered accidentally is our bid price was in the tender was 300. The other company's bid price was 550.
Wow.
So we thought there was no competition.
Correct.
So we just backed out of the deal. So you will find, and you can speak to a lot of developers in Bangalore, a lot of my colleagues, I will never chase anything.
Okay.
So this actually came into my lap by default because I had seen brochures from the company, everything. But then when I came to know in an accident meeting with Mr. Pai that he hadn't been paid for 7 months.
Wow.
So I decided to put money down. And especially when I realized the price was 350 now, not 550.
Then it made sense.
And mine was 300.
Okay.
So then it made sense.
Your collaboration with WeWorld, I mean, do you think India is ready for that kind of a concept? It's already happening, the investor pads of the world of shared workspaces, but is that the big trend that you see for the future?
Okay, so to be honest, as we speak, it hasn't happened, but we're in talks with them. And somehow Adam and his team have taken a good liking to my older son, Karan, and this was an idea actually Karan presented to us, to the company, 2 weeks before somebody from WeWork landed in Bangalore. So it was a strange coincidence.
Okay.
And he said, Dad, why don't we do something like this with our Galaxy Mall instead of building a small mall, because we want to do a food mall. It wasn't big enough for a mall. And so a lot of people wonder that it's built, it's lying empty and we're not doing anything. So there's no legal problem, but it's just that, we want to do the right thing. First, of course, when I heard at the pace they want to grow, I mean, I also thought, I'm a little conservative than normally what people think.
Really?
I have a math behind
that itself
everything.
is a headline.
So I actually thought that, they were talking through their hat by saying they would grow. But actually when I went to New York and saw how they were running the operation, and then I think that it will grow much. My belief of it growing in India is much more than what they thought originally.
Oh, fantastic.
In 2015, the company floated Embassy Industrial Parks, a $250 million joint venture with private equity firm Warburg Pincus to build and lease industrial warehousing spaces.
Warehousing and distribution business, clearly there's a gap in that industry. I think we're moving into a point where there's a leapfrogging about to happen in that industry. There are very few players supporting the needs. The advent of GST will certainly make a difference in the way in which goods are distributed around the country, and the whole e-commerce transformation is going to change the way in which the globe, but in particular in the way in which India shops. And that's going to need good quality distribution.
As this market expands rapidly, Embassy is looking to offer industrial and warehousing parks near the 7 key cities of Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Hyderabad, Mumbai and Pune.
So there's another reputation that you have, which is to be able to get some of the best in global PE firms to work with you. So now you have Warburg Pincus and you're going to do this business with them. How exciting is that?
So I've just felt that this is an area where nobody's paying attention to because the margins were less, the return wasn't good.
Yes.
So everybody said we'd rather do a business park and make an office space than make a warehouse. But me being me, I thought why not make the business park and make the warehouse? So.
Over the last 3 decades, Embassy has completed over 6 million square feet of residential spaces in Bengaluru. Its ongoing residential projects include luxury villas, condominiums, and branded residences in Bengaluru and Chennai. Embassy's understanding of luxury homes and property management has helped their residential business grow at a steady pace.
I think what defines us is primarily keeping in touch with the market and identifying the right opportunities and bringing products which are unique, relevant, exclusive and sustainable.
Some of their premium offerings include the 22-story Embassy Lake Terraces that offers panoramic views of the Hebel and Nagavara lakes in Bengaluru.
I believe the north of the city is a very strong corridor. The last 4 or 5 years we've seen a lot of appreciation. So Hebel started at 1850 rupees per square feet residential apartment. Now it's touching 10,000 rupees. Whether this kind of growth will continue, I think it will take some time, but I think there is a huge upside in the north corridor.
A recent inclusion to this luxury portfolio is Embassy One, home to South India's first 4 Seasons hotel and private residences, elite offices and boutique retail. The real jewel in the crown is the upcoming 51-acre Embassy Boulevard, a tranquil enclave of 170 spacious villas with sizes ranging from 4,000 to 7,400 square feet. Designed by the Singapore-based Andy Fisher Workshop, the design features of this luxury development embrace Indian heritage and contemporary style.
All right, so we are here at the Embassy Boulevard. Stunning. But do you think there is this kind of demand for luxury and super luxury in Bangalore?
Initially we sold well, and then there was a slowdown because of the price we were asking. You know, everybody said, what will you put? And but of course we did these mock-ups so people can see, touch and feel what they're getting. But over that time and now, everybody who steps in, you know, we're selling at 15,500. People come and buy. By the time they pay for the additionals, it costs them 17,000, 18,000. I mean, so now the guy who comes to buy is the actual user, and he wants to pay and buy.
The Embassy Group's contribution is much more than just making office buildings. Theirs is a legacy which shall be remembered for having contributed to the landmark evolution of India's IT and work culture. All this against all odds.
Going forward, what is it that one thing you really want to be known for?
No, I mean, I just enjoy everything what I do. So, I mean, that's, in fact, I just celebrated my 50th birthday in the Caribbean with some 100 friends of mine and came back with absolutely 6-7 days of wildest days in my 50 years of existence. No, nothing. I mean, I think at the end of the day, actually, I would like to be known from my business parks perspective. That's more closer to my heart.
So that's a legacy you'd like to leave.
Yeah, legacy I would like to leave, and you know, and fortunately so far, all my kids they're more keen into being in my business. So really, without me asking them to get involved, they have the urge to do the business themselves.
Jitu Virwani, pleasure. Thank you very much
Thank you
for speaking to us.
Thank you.
The realty sector is under serious crisis, but a few players have withstood the slowdown. The Noida-based ATS Group is one such developer that has taken up the challenge. Catch Manisha Natarajan as she probes ATS chairman Gitambar Anand.
Our customers actually sell for us.